At least I got that out of it.
I'm gonna be rational. You were going to ask him in front of me anyway. You might as well tell me now.
All right. Guess fair is fair, and you did bring me to see him. Those rumors back in Gilded Vale about my brother, Woden, about how he turned against us and fought for Widewind, been on my mind for some time now. The thing about Woden was, he always knew what was right, and that's what he'd do. One day he set out to fight for Deerwood against a man claiming to be our god. So I knew that's what I had to do too. It was right. And hearing claims that he died fighting for Ray at Saris, that got me worried. Not that he'd chosen the wrong side, but that I had. Didn't seem right what Widewind had in store, but if he really was Aethys, I thought, maybe this old Watcher would know how my brother died, so I could see if it was true. Like he could, I don't know, read it in my soul or something. Use our connection. Told you it was dumb.
You're right. You should be embarrassed. Nah. Why didn't you ask me for help? I don't know. Guess 'cause I didn't know you. It's hard to trust a stranger that says she's a watcher.
Of course, I knew the truth deep down. The Watcher's not psychic. I think I just had this idea, and the idea made me feel a certain way, and I didn't want to lose that.
Really? Really? If I wanted to find out about my brother, I wouldn't be starting with Watchers. I should be starting with records. You should be prepared that there may be no record of your brother's death. Wouldn't be off any worse then, would I? Thinks for a moment. His lips twisted to one side. He raises his eyebrows. If there was anything written down about it, they'd have it in Defiance Bay. They got an archive at the palace.
You've done a lot for me already, but if you could see fit to pay that archive a visit with me, well, you know. Knowing my luck, the records clerk will go crazy and try to kill me. I'd feel better with you in there with me.
Click. Halath seems lost in thought. He flinches when you draw near, sucking a sharp breath through his teeth.
What can I do for you?
What can I do for you? What can I do for you? Alright. Remember. It's not British. Are you alright?
Of course. Merely processing some of the unusual things we've seen lately. And if Meerwald is to be believed, it would seem you've an uncertain future ahead.
Sure, it doesn't matter what I say, but I like being rational. No, nah. There's no point in speculating now.
Perhaps Defiance Bay holds the answers we need.
I want to discuss something else. That's all. Anna?
Poor Meerwald. He couldn't contend with all that he knew of himself. A cruel fate.
I don't think knowledge was the problem. He said that if I can find out what caused this, it might help me.
That is true. There is no such thing in my experience as too much knowledge.
Kana smiles.
Come, we'll find your answers, and mine, I hope.
Let's go talk to the Watcher. Watcher, Watcher! We gotta tell you something!
I felt Mayor Wald's passing. You slew him.
Several of him.
It saddens me to hear it. But part of me is grateful to no longer have to wait and worry in darkness. This place has always known its master, long as it's had one. It has a will all its own, which has little to do with the castle and much to do with the land it's built on. It looks to you as Mayor Wald's successor now, whether you care for it or not. A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. But in the right hands, it could be so much more. If you had only seen it in its day. Will you stay?
Sure. Your stronghold is now available. You can manage your stronghold at any time through the castle icon. Thank you. I do quite a good job filling in the voice gaps. Thank you. You know, a couple weeks ago, we played through a game called Deadlight. Like a 2D side-scrolling story zombie thing. The audio cut out a lot there, and I did some 10 out of 10 voice acting per fractal that really made the immersion quite perfect. I'm pretty sure it's still in like past broadcasts. It has to be. I think. Did it get uploaded to YouTube? Well, it said one of my uploads failed, and I never looked at it again. Video. What the hell? My channel. So we have Deadlight and Zombie Playground and Deadlight and stuff, and then Deadlight Blind Playthrough number 2. I think that goes till the end. So yeah, it's there. Actually, let's do some. Pause the local recording and let's do some stuff. Video management, that's what I'm looking for. So past broadcasts, what do we want to do? All right, we're gonna export whatever. Or split into 15-minute segments. You know what? No, don't split into 15-minute segments. Pillars of Eternity. Export to YouTube. Pillars of Eternity. Export. Ooh, this has all the pauses as well, huh? Eh, well, whatever. Pillars of Eternity. I just like exporting some of the games that I've played through. Like, if I'm doing Fishing Planet, not so much. But these are, like, actual games and stuff. Like, I have a lot of Far Cry. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7 streams where I played Far Cry. Neat. Okay. Resuming and click. Okay. Will you stay? I've always wanted my own keep, even if it is cursed. You feel the same emanation of warmth and energy in the air. Then it is yours. My lady, I cannot begin to tell you how glad, that is, how good it is to know that the keep is in capable hands once again. I suppose I should mention first that if you travel to Defiance Bay for supplies, there has been a complication of a kind. The Eastern Barbican collapsed decades ago, and Mayor Wald never got around to rebuilding it. The road here is a dead end. He got as far as gathering materials before he became preoccupied. I could make arrangements to have it repaired, if it is your will. When it ceased to be the previous master's will, I became powerless to do anything about it. For what am I but the master's instrument? It would take time, but far less than finding another route to Defiance Bay. How do I repair the barbican? The barbecue. Really? No sound? Is it because I alt-tabbed? Can I alt-tab back? I'm sorry, game. No, okay. Merwald set aside materials for the barbican. They are still available to you. In the future, if you wish to make further repairs to the keep, you'll need coin for supplies and labor. What does being master of Cad Nua entail? Why, there are many responsibilities involved in maintaining a keep. The extent to which you wish to get involved is entirely up to you, of course. Part of the reason I am here is to ensure that things run smoothly in your absence, provided we have been given instruction. It's like some Lord of the Rings, like Hobbit, little Hobbiton. If you instruct me on which repairs you wish to conduct next, I will make the necessary arrangements. These may take some time to finish, but each will provide you with additional resources once they are complete. Given somewhere to place them, we can hire tradesmen to provide you with supplies or ingredients. Repairing the keep will raise your prestige and draw both helpful individuals and unwelcome attention from bandits and opportunists. If we can raise the keep's security in turn, these will become less of a concern. You should know, however, that the position does come with some risk. Your name will grow in fame, and you must contend with threats to the keep. And then there are other things. Was there anything else, my lady? What do you mean you said this keep was cursed? Merwald's curse was his own, a watcher's curse, but his predecessors have not fared better. There is a presence within the keep, or rather, far beneath it. At least, such has been the conclusion drawn by all who have come to this place. For what spirits still linger in the endless paths oft speak of a master below. Every effort to settle here has failed, from the time of our Adiran colonists onward. Beasts arise from the endless paths until the new lord or lady is no more. The one who dwells below, this master, does not tolerate rivals, it seems. I have seen, from time to time, intrepid explorers descend to lay claim to what answers they can, but none return. This is the force which has kept Cad Nua in barren ruin, and robbed me of my hopes.
The endless paths! That, my friend, is where I must go, where we must go. If you will go with me, whatever devils lie beneath, think too what knowledge we will find. Perhaps this master speaks Adiran.
What are the endless paths? The endless paths of Ad Nua. That is the name given to the labyrinth beneath the keep. The Earl, we were warned by the Glanfathans this site was cursed, and there is a legend attached to it, though at the time we thought nothing of it. The ruins were built, it is said, by a powerful Ingwithan named Ad Nua, who ruled there until his people turned against him. They destroyed his endless paths and filled many of the upper tunnels with soil and stone. No one living knows how far down the tunnels stretch, and few who have ventured there have returned. There is much talk of riches and treasure. The promise of Ingwithan relics alone has drawn many fortune seekers, to their deaths, I fear. Who is this master